DJ Kobie. Don't hurt him, son. DJ Kobie. Don't hurt him, son.
But I'm from Trinidad. My name is Kobie Quashi. My last name is West African. It's Ghanaian in origin. So I adopted, when I decided to do the music thing, I adopted the sound system name of Ashanti HiFi, Ashanti HiFi. Right? So I did that. I left Trinidad when I was 21. Got to California. And DJ. I hooked up with a couple of different people. I had a crew that I hooked up with called Golden Axe, which is some people from St. Vincent, Caribbean. Started to do a radio show at Santa Clara University, and then branched off on my own. Started doing clubs, started getting song clashes. So I started getting into dub plate culture and that kind of stuff, you know. And then I got into music, so I play everything. Dancehall, hip hop, house music, soca music. Have a good time. I'm a music person. Well, my father was a Pan-African, so my both parents went to Howard in the 70s. So I always had that Pan-Africanist black, you know what I'm saying, background. Well, all the books that we were supposed to read, I had them, so that influenced me throughout my life. That's just how it was. And I kind of I like to stay in the black. I also have a good friend of mine. He's an artist. His name is Black Love. So he and we actually have a record label together, right? It's called Green Sphere. It's based out of Oakland, California. But he's one of the members of Ashanti HiFi as well. He's also a DJ. I have another friend. He's from Panama. His name is Chaos. Another friend from Trinidad, his name is Jai Gosan. He's actually an Indian driller. He actually taught me how to play house music, right? And I have new members in South Africa now who just joined the crew from East Rand, whatever. So one's name is Montana. Right, I don't know if you know him, but he actually just joined the crew right now, and we getting all up to speed, you know, trying to form, you know, break in the South African market, so to say, you know, have presence here. Yeah, that's about it. It was 2010. I met Dr. Inanti. He has a song called Cabaret. We collaborated, we did an event at Walter Sisulu Square between the brothers. We had Black Dillinger from Cape Town, we had Jack Crucial from out there on the event. We had T-Ban C from Pretoria, Zimbabwe artist. I can't remember because it's 5 years ago, but you know, that was the first time I came to South Africa. It was like, you know, it was just the first time, you know what I mean? So it you know, 1,500 people came. I never saw people dancing together like that ever anywhere I've been. So it was a real eye-opener for me. And I realized then that this is really where I wanted to be, as far as like, you know, that unity, that unified show within the music. That you know, was so there's more separatism from what I've observed, right? More people are getting involved in the production aspect of the music. So you have different camps just, you know, popping up. You have more events. There's definitely like a separation between roots reggae music and dancehall music. But at the same time, I see it actually meshing together right now. So, you know, I think, you know, music evolves everywhere, and I think, you know, South Africa is in its own path as far as like where the music is going to end up. including Dube. She's the only South African artist that I've seen in the States doing tours. And actually, I know the people who actually, the backing bands, and I know who's actually pushing the album. So she's been on some of the bigger reggae events in the States, Reggae in the River, in California, that kind of stuff. And she's well received. Just being Lucky Dube's daughter, and she's a great performer, right? So she's the most prominent that I know. Beyond her father, again, Lucky Dube was very influential to us in the Caribbean growing up. He was like in the top 3 is what we listened to. Him, Alpha Blondie, that's what we listened to. Currently, I met Black Dillinger. I like him. There's a sister I saw last year, Firewoman. Yeah, pretty. I like her intensity, and I like how she goes in between English and the other languages. You know what I mean? It's like music to my ears because I don't get to hear it. And there's a bunch of other people. Bongo Riot. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Mike Coolier is a friend of mine. It's just, a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Bubbly Tendai. As I say, it's just different and it's new. So it's like all these artists I consider on the forefront of something like a subgenre within reggae music. And then I know 5 years from now it's gonna be huge. You all had an award last month. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know 5 years from now that award's gonna be huge. And I'm glad to be here in the forefront seeing it grow. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I see a lot of similarities, first of all. When you actually get into the event and the crowd responds and the people, I see a lot of similarities. So it's really easy for me to be on that aspect. As I said, the dancing is, dancing on the dance hall side is very much in line with like some Jamaican, right? On the roots and culture side, there's nothing like it on the planet. Nothing. There's nothing like roots and culture. There's nothing like roots and culture dances in South Africa. That's just what is born with that, right? And there's a lot of people, myself, Doc Ainity, we posted a lot of video, and we've gotten a lot of people wanting to like, yo, what's this? You know what I mean? What I've noticed is that the roots and culture, there's no integration. And people have their own opinions of integration, right? I think because apartheid finished in this country in '94, that the roots and culture, from what I understand, when Mandela was coming in and they invited every art form to come and perform, they invited no reggae artists, right? And Bob Marley was singing about Zimbabwe, and was singing about apartheid, and singing about black liberation. So I think that in itself is very intentional, right? And I think that, and I learned that from the Rastas here, right? The Rastas here was actually in the struggle. Jack Crucial, sat down, really gave me some history as far as like how the reggae scene, how they used to cut records and stuff like that. So I see that togetherness, right? But also, even with that togetherness, it's becoming, as it evolves, you have more and more people are actually becoming prominent in the reggae community as far as like doing their own shows, doing their own promotions, everybody's a DJ now, and you know what I mean? So I think right now where it's at is that as far as like turntable culture, I think that within reggae music, a lot of people are actually learning turntable culture within that music. So you have that stiff competition, right? And I think that, a couple of years from now when that stabilizes, and then everyone kind of like more or less has a high level of playing and skill, and I think it's gonna level up, right? But from when I first came here till now, it definitely, as far as like skill and the music delivery, being current, up to date with the dances, the music. I listen to Fanta's radio. He's playing the latest music. You know what I mean? I think it's really becoming advanced. You know what I mean? And it's getting there.
DJ Kobie.